Have you ever felt tired in a way that's hard to explain? Not tired because you work too much in a single day, but tired from watching prices climb month after month, barely catching your breath. Tired of racing a rhythm that feels so tense it steals your sleep. There are moments when you stop wanting the flashy life. You just want a place where the pace naturally slows down, where costs feel manageable, and where you don't wake up each morning already carrying a quiet worry. And that's exactly why we built this channel, to bring you closer to homes that could become a different kind of stopping point in your future. In today's video, we're looking at two detached houses in Italy, in two completely different regions, yet they share one thing in common: prices starting from just 31,000 euros. And yes, that's a very low entry point. So let's take a closer look together.
The first house we're heading to is in San Vincenzo la Costa. This is the kind of town where mornings move slowly. People are used to seeing each other on narrow streets, used to exchanging a short greeting that still feels warm. The air carries that hillside feeling of the Valle del Crati, not loud, not rushed, just steady. It's the kind of local calm that many bigger places have slowly lost. If you've ever thought about having a place where you can slow down, live more simply, or just keep a second home to step away from a packed schedule, this setting already starts to make sense. And right in that setting, the first house in today's video appears with a very attractive price. It's listed at 31,000 euros. It's a detached house, 2 levels, around 100 square meters, with 2 bathrooms and a terrace. Built around the 1970s and equipped with independent natural gas heating. Just the fact that it's detached and has 2 bathrooms at this price point is already something that makes many people pause and look closer. Inside, the layout is easy to picture if you like compact homes that still feel functional. On the ground floor, you enter into a small practical kitchen area, a bathroom, a living room, and a storage space under the stairs, the kind of detail that feels very real once you're actually living there. Upstairs, there's a hallway, a small study or reading room, another bathroom, and a bedroom. And then there's the terrace, which in a small town often becomes the heart of daily life. Morning coffee, winter sun, or just standing still for a few minutes and watching the day unfold. In terms of location and services, the house sits along the main road of San Vincenzo la Costa, so you're not isolated. Basic services are within reach. A pharmacy is just a few minutes away. The bus stop is close enough to walk to. There are routes running through the area. And if you need larger services like a hospital, Cosenza is typically about a 20-minute drive. Close enough to feel supported, far enough to keep the quiet of a small town. Another interesting part is how easily you can change scenery when you want to. Rende is about 15 minutes by car, so you still have access to a more active urban environment when needed. If you prefer the sea, Paula on the Tyrrhenian coast is roughly a 30-minute drive. And if you want mountain air, Camiliatolo Solano offers a completely different weekend experience, the kind of place you can visit for a day trip or stay overnight depending on your rhythm. Now, let's talk about numbers, because this is where many people get distracted by the purchase price alone. At 31,000 euros for 100 square meters, you're looking at about 310 euros per square meter. The average asking price in San Vincenzo la Costa at the reference time is around 467 euros per square meter. That gap creates a visible buffer, especially if you're buying to live simply, manageably, or as a weekend home that you gradually personalize. Of course, a house built in the 1970s comes with realities. The recorded energy consumption index is relatively high, meaning heating costs in winter might not feel as light as you expect if you plan to live there year-round. Homes like this often require careful inspection of windows, insulation, and the gas heating system. Calabria is also a seismic region, so if you plan major structural renovations, a proper technical review is essential to avoid unexpected expenses. But here's the other side of it. Because the entry price is low, step-by-step improvements, better insulation, heating adjustments, replacing worn components, feel far more manageable than buying an expensive property and then discovering you still need to renovate. So here's the thought I'd like to leave with you. When a house is priced low enough that you feel, I could actually do this, the real question isn't whether you should buy it. The real question is, what are you willing to exchange for that lighter financial weight? Are you willing to accept a few extra maintenance points in return for a slower rhythm, your own terrace, and a location that's close enough to the city, yet far enough from the noise?
Now let's leave Calabria and move a bit further north, into Abruzzo, specifically Isola del Gran Sasso d'Italia, in the frazione of Fano a Corno. Even the name already shifts the atmosphere. This is an area at the foot of Gran Sasso, one of the most iconic mountain massives in central Italy. The landscape feels more open, wilder. And if you've ever imagined a home with a real mountain view, not just distant hills on the horizon, this setting makes you pause a little longer. The second house is listed at 40,000 euros. It's about 90 square meters in total, roughly 80 square meters of usable space. 2 levels, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and around 304 square meters of private land. That puts the price at about €444 per square meter. The average asking price in Isola del Gran Sasso d'Italia at the reference time is around €611 per square meter. That gap is exactly why some viewers start doing serious math at this point. In terms of layout, this is a 4-sided detached home, meaning it stands free on all sides. It comes with a private garden, a courtyard, a terrace, and a cantina below with a laundry area. On the ground floor, you enter into a combined dining and living space with a kitchen corner. Upstairs are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Below, there are 2 additional storage and utility spaces that open directly onto the land behind the house. If you like the idea of planting a few vegetable rows, setting up an outdoor table, or simply having enough private space for kids to run around, that 300 square meter plot is not a small detail. The strongest point of this property is the landscape. The description highlights a direct view of Gran Sasso, especially Corno Grande. The area is surrounded by natural ecosystems, trekking paths, waterfalls like Cascata di Biselli, and numerous hiking routes. If you're buying this as a weekend home, or even considering seasonal short-term rental, the nature narrative is already built in. From the house, you can connect to the highway via the S. Gabriele Colledara exit. Abruzzo Airport is a bit over 70 kilometers by road. Teramo is about 20 minutes away by car, close enough for larger services when needed. Essential services like supermarkets, pharmacies, schools, and banks are available within the comune of Isola del Gran Sasso d'Italia. It's not the kind of place where you step outside and reach a major center in 2 minutes, but it's also not isolated. You still have services, you still have connections, you still have access to healthcare within a reasonable radius. Now, let's look at the other side clearly. The energy classification is still being finalized, which means you don't yet have a precise figure to estimate running costs. With a 2-level detached house, private land, and a cantina, maintenance will not be the same as a small apartment in town. Heating runs on natural gas, and if insulation isn't optimal, winter in a mountain area can increase bills noticeably. Abruzzo is also a seismic region, so if you're planning structural changes, a proper technical assessment is almost mandatory. But again, everything comes back to your goal. For €40,000, you're getting a 4-sided detached house, private land, and a direct view of an iconic mountain. You're not buying big city convenience. You're buying space, landscape, and the ability to build a different kind of life story. So now, if you place these 2 homes side by side, the real question becomes simple. What kind of rhythm do you want to live with?
Maybe today the real question isn't just about property, it's about how we choose to live. There's a very clear line between owning to live and owning to carry a burden. Owning to live means your home slows your breathing down. It means the running costs don't keep you awake at night. It means a month can pass without you feeling stretched thin by electricity bills, heating costs, or constant maintenance. Owning to carry a burden is when the house becomes another schedule to chase, another checklist to manage, another expense that quietly grows year after year. If we look at this realistically, the biggest benefit of homes like these isn't the price tag alone, it's sustainability. Living costs are often lighter. Property taxes and recurring expenses usually aren't inflated like in high tourism areas. You can move step by step, renovate gradually, upgrade only to the level you actually need. And we're not painting this in pink tones. These homes aren't perfect. There will be things to fix, things to inspect, money to set aside. That the value is in the possibility of building a long-term life that isn't constantly squeezed by financial pressure. I often imagine a very ordinary morning after you've settled into a place like this. Not romanticized, just real. You open the window and hear the small neighborhood starting its day. You walk out to buy a few essentials, you come back home, make a cup of tea, and sit quietly while the light shifts across the wall. Maybe you spend the afternoon cleaning up a corner of the yard, fixing a door, or simply sitting still and letting time move a little slower. The difference is that you're doing those things by choice, not because you're racing against rising costs. So before we close, let me ask you something. If you could choose a place to slow down, what would matter more to you? The feeling of being connected to town life, or the openness of nature and deeper quiet? Leave a comment and share your perspective. Sometimes your story makes this journey feel more real than any house we show on screen. Thank you for staying until the end. If this way of looking at things feels helpful, you're welcome to subscribe so we can continue this journey together, calmly, clearly, without rushing, without exaggerated promises, just trying to see more clearly and live a little lighter. See you in the next video.